Alright, I'm back. Music back on. And we continue.
Fairweather T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
+2 hand-eye coordination against enemies in FT500 armor. That's good. I'll take it. We don't have any thoughts that we don't know already that matters. Okay. Over here we go. Come on, hurry up. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. It is interesting armor information. Kind of. Saying it's impervious doesn't mean a ton to me. The underside of a boat that has recently been tarred. I assume that's weatherproofed. Quick travel unlocked. Fisherman shacks. Okay. I'll take it. It's in the bucket. Oh, a bottle. Yes, sir. What are these doing in the fish?
Hi, officer.
A woman in a raincoat stands on the quay, considering an overturned boat. A sword and a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
It depends. Where are we exactly?
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
The wind rattles her earrings. I have questions. The first is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Nice sword. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
Hold on. Do you know how to use it?
Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Why don't more women arm themselves if it's so effective? Hey, Melon Dog, good to see you. Oh, Melon Dog, you'll appreciate this. Which chat option do you want? Boom, check out the overlay. Look, you can vote. You can vote on what you want to do. Oh, it's sweet. It's glorious. Oh, man. Isn't that dope? Oh, it's 50-50. Why don't more women arm themselves if it's so effective?
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
Yeah, no, just a cool new overlay. I'm very pleased.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder.
Behold, pointed expression on your face. Her eyes meet yours, and suddenly she starts laughing. It's hoarse, as if she hasn't laughed in a while.
Not bad.
Do you like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
Can I borrow that sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? You would put me in an early grave.
She refuses, but your word is the law. You are law.
Yeah, it's nice. They added voice acting to all of the lines, Mel, so it's so much easier for me now. It's so sweet. I'm loving it. Oh, and I see Merbles just ducked in the chat, too.
Is she flirting with you? A little? You think she might be.
So where are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Wait, why? If they're thick-headed.
Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
Her expression doesn't change. It's hard to say if it's a joke.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Yeah, how's the university going, Merbles? Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone where?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Oh, say no more. Wait for her to continue.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
It's healthy to let go and move on. Gotta keep the wheels spinning.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
She glances at the village where 2 little kids are playing with what look like rocks.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
Oh, this is interesting. Kim's presence makes it awkward, and more so, don't know a good spot yet. We have to explore the coast. All right, so we're going to come back for this. Yeah, well, let's come back to this lady. I can't remember what her name is. What's her name? It's up here. Lillian. All right, we're going to come back to Lillian. Oh, by the way, Merbles, I don't know if you've seen yet. You'll be interested in this. You can vote on what dialogue option I'm going to choose, and it shows me in percentages. This is brand new, added to the game this past week as well. Isn't this dope? It's so cool. Oh. Dude, isn't this sick? It's so sick. All right. I know we're asking about the overturned boat or whatever, but we're gonna come back to this later. Be seeing you. This boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. Oh, and they're cavalry boots. Franco-Nigerian cavalry boots. And a ladder. The ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp. Okay. Yeah, and I'll take the money too, thank you. And onward we go. Oh, it's dope, Merbles. It's so cool. Melondog, you gotta tell the people in chat about your football exploits. Come on. It's Loctite, okay. Silaram, Young Manis. The old woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
We're cops. We're hellraisers. Click, click, bang, bang. What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble. What do you guys think? This is one I'm happy to defer on. I mean, you know, do you guys feel like scaring an old lady? Is that the move you're in? I know there's a little bit of lag, so votes weren't coming through. We'll click the button again. There we go. Oh, it's split 50-50. Where's that last vote? I know there's 3 of you. Ah, thank you, Melon Dog. All right, we're gonna be nice to the old lady. Looks like we're tied.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
If I'm considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid. Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could somebody stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Oh man, do I take the new thing? Is this what I do? I'm not sure it's appropriate for the RCM to accept free accommodations. Let's ask her what she says to that.
Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
Oh gosh. Do we stay with this lady? What do we think? Man, this game just keeps throwing choices at me. I've got so much of a decision fatigue from the day already. My goodness, guys. Alright. The only votes I got are...
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
A key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking.
Finally, you have those lamos of Martinez off your back, Bratan. This looks like a great place to bring chicks.
Well, let's keep exploring. This lady's not super interesting to me. I'll come back. Oh yeah, and look at all this zoom out distance I've got. So much. So, the street sign is illegible from below the graffito. Hard to see the details. The colors, all worn and welcoming, are cozy though. Ah, there we go. That's okay, 9-4. I know you missed it. Next time, next time. Feels safe and warm in here, not like outside. Rough to Groose taxidermy shirt. Industrial coal pellet. It's burned with an orange glow.
Hello, mister.
A young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She is looking at you with frank curiosity.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
This kid is cute.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid.
She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
He enunciates the last two words carefully.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle.
She points somewhere outside.
Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
What's this? Show her the stuffed bird you took from the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
She yelps, smiling broadly.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken skewer you almost certainly broke.
Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Not really, but I'd like to.
Uh-huh. Mom is great. You know what's great about my mom?
No, do tell me.
Everything.
She shouts with glee. What's that thing you're holding? This is cute. I like this kid.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
She holds up the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Oh, okay. Well, pleased to meet you, Lammy.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
Oh, that's cute. All right, goodbye.
Bye!
The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Adorable. All right, back outside, behind the house. Sandcastle. Arms. Armor arms. A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in the spring. Here's a sandcastle.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
I love you, Kim. Reach in the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Yeah, we are. Oh, let's put them on. +2 interfacing. These only have +1 interfacing. These are just straight up better in every way. This is dope. Also, this armor is so fucking hard to find. Alright, what's out here? Wait. There's stuff. Rust-eaten letters read Mazoot. Oh, this is wild. The rear tire of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. Oh, there's a box back here. Magnesium and Nosafed. Yes, please. Oh. You should come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. It passes quickly. Come on. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water. You. Okay, well. Glad we ran all the way back here for that. Oop, there was something right here. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol, hopefully. A school of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. Before you, a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. Oh, and there's stuff over here. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. There's cairns. Who's this?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh. Hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
I have some questions for you.
For some reason, the words don't come out. Instead, you instinctively touch your collar to check your necktie.
It's crooked again! It always is! It's a traffic accident and a noose! Also, you should ask if she wants to party. Or better yet, ask her about that hat! Lest the necktie think you're boring.
Alright. Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
She looks up at you, distracted. I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
I should and I do.
Oh. I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Alright, we do an authority heroic. I'm like kind of tempted to be honest. So far, yes. We're going to have to do the thing. There's enough delay for 9-4 that we're going to have to do this again. So get ready to click the votes again. Right now it's tied 1-1. Alright, here. We'll post it again. Alright, vote again a second time. Here you go. Still 50-50. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Okay, right now, this is at a 28% chance. Alright, it's 50-50. I'm going to let you guys... I think this modifies my stats. I haven't been able to do it yet. So I'm going to click this in just a second. I'm waiting for there to be enough delay so that you guys can know what's going on. And then we'll see if it affects our authority. So upgrade... I think authority is a motive. So I think it's that. You'd be upgrading whatever it is to a 6, and then you have to downgrade some other stat to make up for it. Psyche, and then downgrade whatever you want. There we go. And it can't be tried again for 28 seconds? Oh, see, and now our authority's up 1 point. All right, let's give it a shot. This is fascinating. You guys can actually manipulate the game.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
Oh my god. Fuck the hat! Is that what you just said to me? I can't believe you told me to fuck the hat!
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
So I should just take this hat I'm wearing and fuck it, right? Point at your head where the hat is located. Engage in sexual intercourse with a hat right here in front of you because you told me so? On the sea ice?
More.
Right here on the sea ice?
More.
Give you a little ice cop hat fuck show?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The girl is visibly shaken.
The lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
Is that how you see me?
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard.
Should I start crying? Here, tell me, guys. We won't do this too much, but this whole thing is so absurd. Oh my gosh. So far, yes. Everybody wants me to cry. Alright, we'll cry. We'll go for it.
The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then the sound of sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
Oh. Anyway, I can't believe you would use obscenities like that in front of a police officer. You should wear a hat, too.
I swear to God, I will always wear a hat from now on.
Would it be alright if I asked you some questions now?
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps, though. Get it out your system. And then maybe we can talk. Okay?
Okay. Well, okay. We got it out of our system.
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes.
Yeah, she promises to wear a hat. That's right, 9-4.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
What's your name?
A cell.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm from the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Burger.
You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock, in the form of a wrecked tape player in a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. Never mind, let's talk about the contact mic instead.
Sure.
How does that thing
The
work?
mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Hey, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
And what are the recordings for? The cracks? The footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
Shrugs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden. She is on some kind of stimulant, amphetamine or methadone, and its effects are wearing off fast. She will begin to experience more and more valleys now, and fewer peaks.
Oof.
Take this, you're cold.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
The lieutenant backs up. He throws you a glance. Here, you need this more than I do. I'm giving her my hat. We're doing it.
Thanks.
She puts it on. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is it?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
Duly noted.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
Ooh, empathy. Legendary. The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up. Yeah, we're going for it. Here we go. Drum roll.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath, you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
Ah, I'm disappointed. I wanted that one. You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why's that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah,
So what trouble have you gotten into with the police?
the usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Why did you need to move out at such a tender age?
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
I had another question.
Go ahead.
Actually, that's it for now.
Okay, bye.
She turns her attention back to the recording device. Alright, we can talk to her later. We'll deal with inside the tent in a little bit. Painted with pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer to the world. Oh, and Kim has some shit to say too. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps a tent erect. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Let's kick this down if we
The
can.
pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
Push the Eternite over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Nice. That wasn't very soft. The whole screen shook. Okay, Kim has something to say. Having looked away during the final phase of your little episode, the lieutenant now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
This is probably gonna. Alright, what do you guys think? We talking to Kim about our little crying episode? Because for us it was a good bit of fun, but now we have to live it as a character in Disco Elysium.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
Convincing you. I experienced a minor malfunction. I'm okay now.
Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
Absolutely. Superstars always get back up and try again.
Then, let's go.
There we go, Kim.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi, badass on-the-edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights.
Wait, what's that about a ludicrous fantasy world?
Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heart rate, a pulmonary tract infection, atherosclerotic disease. This is where you say action and reconceptualize all that. Reinvent it as the world's first celebrity police officer.
So if we take a moment, we'll notice that, we did Sorry Cop. We haven't done Boring Cop. There's Apocalypse Cop, Superstar Cop, Sorry Cop, Boring Cop. We got the Sorry Cop thing and we decided that we didn't want to do it. So this is our opportunity to do Superstar Cop. Normally, Ikotar would be sort of bolstering this line of action, but he's not around today. So, yeah, what is it that we want to do, folks? Are we digging in as a Superstar Cop? Is that where we are? Is that who we are? Is that what we're about? Superstardom? So far, everybody says yes. Here, we'll give it one more time. All right, let's get after it.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Okie dokie, let's check it out. Do we have a slot for it? We do. We have to unlock it, though. Let's get after it. -2 logic. Still seems unlikely. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar in the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lion-esque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillaume Le Million or Davy Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. Alright, let's internalize it. It only takes an hour. We can always get rid of it if we need to. Oh yeah, we still have hella skill points that we just haven't used for anything. Okay, let's keep wandering. Nice to have our little bridge. This place is so fucking huge. There's so much going on over here. Alright, let's check out the house. We know that there's stuff up here. Whoop. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. The sign reads, St. Brune, 1147. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. An altar shrouded in dark, or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Alright, let's check out this church. This game got so big.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Rattle the doors to see if they open.
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush, cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
What is this feeling?
There is a hole in my heart.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over a beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is suggestive of junior delinquency here? Although this absolutely seems like the kind of thing a teen would be into.
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Ooh. Yeah, I want to try to peel the sticker off without ripping it. I want it.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put the sticker in your ledger after the last entry where it belongs.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Secret task complete. Style your paperwork. Inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least.
Yeah, love a good sticker peel, Merbles.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way.
Where do you think we should start?
Can you hear the pulsing bass underneath the east wind? A sure sign of junior delinquency.
What's up here? There's so many places around here. It's so big. How do you get on the roof? There's a ladder. This place is like depressingly empty. There's like no real streets. I don't like that everything's so ramshackle. It makes me uncomfortable. These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine must have been a big one. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. This is go-inable?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
Probably something that is no longer there.
The lieutenant looks at the hunching concrete toad in front of him. This is a red check, and our interfacing is so high, and it's still 3%. I have a feeling that this, like, impossible level of difficulty, let's see, 25 plus 12, 17. Yeah, so we'd have to modify it. We're going to leave this for now, because this is a red check. We can't retry it. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. I wonder if it's even possible to get in there. I mean, it must be, because you can roll 6s, but you never know what they're fudging under the hood, you know? Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. Scented scarf. +1 shivers, -2 physical instrument. Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance, where the posts trail towards. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten it all away. Yeah, this is a weird edge of town. Makes me uncomfortable. Keep trying to remember to hold tab so that I can see if there's anything worth doing. There usually isn't. White polo shirt, +1 rhetoric, -1 empathy, and 14 cents. I like the thought of a white polo. Let's put it on. Yeah, give it to me. Man, I'm starting to look right proper, except for the boots that I'm wearing. Yeah. Also, I can't tell, like, what version of video game logic this is following. Like, am I just stealing this stuff from everybody? Or is it just like a video game where I, like, should be taking everything because it's a video game, you know? A dead phone. A smashed receiver. Like when someone hung up too hard. This one's not dead. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset. See if it works.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. 0052403-155. We can spare 10 cents.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. I might be. What's Pierre like?
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
What kind of pets did you have?
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Alright, let's leave for now, but we can go crank call people if we get bored. If we don't know what to do, that's what we can do while we think about what else we ought to be trying. What's this?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
It might be a clue.
A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jackets?
No.
Me neither.
You should still take it.
I don't want to take it. Buzz hum, the electricity flows through the wires with an audible power. Yeah. Just keep taking things. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Mega Binos prescription lenses, +2 encyclopedia, -1 perception. A coin-operated weighing machine hasn't been used for a decade. What is this? A makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk inhabitable. Or habitable. Come on. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Ah, and who's down here? Oh.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it. Keep it in now. Don't overreact. Breathe.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Kim, what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
Glad we agree. Careful there, these floorboards look rotten and weak.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
You're right, the seagulls are jerks, Merbles. Just saw that, my bad.
Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway you. You're responsible.
Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
Alright. Who are you?
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the left leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair.
This guy's not tall.
Stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards. It says we said to be careful where we step. Yeah, be very, very careful where you step here. Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
True. It feels disrespectful.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper, which has been mentioned several times so far.
Rubowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario, even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
I don't want to step on the floorboards. I'm going to step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
Do we want to take this case, guys? Is this another thing we're going to investigate? Let's take a quick vote here. We'll see. If we don't get a good resolution now, then I can always take a break and we can decide afterwards. The shame is that it doesn't tell me how many votes have happened. So that's the one thing that would be nice. I guess it's meant for big streamers. I'm not a big streamer. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. We'll come back to this. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes.